65 in Stowe and now Maynard. There's a very intense part of that particular cell capable of producing severe gusts of wind in excess of 60 miles per hour, and also gusts and also large hail, frequent lightning, and heavy downpours as well. Just want to read some of the National Weather Service bulletins that they just passed along. Looks like we're also getting some action beginning to fire up now out in western parts of the state. Widen out a little bit because we have a line here, a broken line of severe weather that extends from southern parts of New Hampshire about to cross into the Merrimack Valley of Massachusetts. You know, we should really have our eyes on this too. These storms are pretty powerful and have a history of producing damaging winds back up near Manchester, New Hampshire. This had warnings up for these cells here, and they're moving closer to looks like Haverhill and Methuen and Lawrence and Lowell at this time. And then we have, of course, the tornado warning up for another 2 minutes here for eastern parts of Worcester County. The severe thunderstorm warning for this cell that's moving into Metro West and will likely be affecting towns like Stowe, perhaps Framingham, perhaps even Wayland if it holds together long enough. That's in place until 9 o'clock this evening. And new from the Weather Service right here, this cell out near Springfield and Chicopee and approaching Palmer, it looks like. Looks like the Palmer rest area right on I-90 could be in the path of that particular cell, capable of some very damaging wind and also some hail there too. Jack?
We got Joe Del Carpini of the National Weather Service, who gave us so much information about a half hour or 40 minutes ago. Joe, this storm is broken up. What are you seeing with it?
Well, the first storm is now down in the Lancaster-Bolton area. And from what we're seeing, it does not appear to be showing any signs of producing a tornado, but we're going to make a determination on that in the next couple of minutes. Another storm is actually formed behind that one, and that one is showing signs of becoming severe. It is showing some rotation as well. So we're going to be monitoring that one for a possible tornado here in the next maybe 20 to 30 minutes. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to produce a tornado, but we are watching it. It's strengthening. It's actually behind the other one, and the environment up in the northern part of Worcester County is still favorable for severe weather for about the next hour or two.
Yeah, should we be worried about that strong line of thunderstorms that ripped through Manchester, New Hampshire, and is coming south, heading into Massachusetts?
Yeah, actually, that's a good catch, Jack. We're looking at that one as well. It looks like that line of storms could be producing some damaging winds or large hail in portions of Essex County, and we're actually considering a severe thunderstorm warning for that region.
Now, you said that you're going to hang on here in a few moments and make a determination if, in fact, you're going to extend this tornado warning. The odds look pretty good that this is going to go basically to a thunderstorm warning next?
Yeah, in fact, it has been weakening, and we're watching it now. It has weakened quite a bit from about a half an hour ago. So we're becoming more convinced that it's no longer capable of producing a tornado. At this point, it could be producing some small hail, definitely some very heavy rain, and some gusty winds as well. But it does appear that the storm behind it, which is up near Fitchburg and Westminster, has a little more punch to it. So we're going to be kind of keeping an eye on both here. But it does look like the first one is no longer capable of producing a tornado.
Well, of course, an awful lot of people in Metro West who are watching this, who have been just watching with interest, or now you're perking their attention. Is there a chance that they could see some very heavy thunderstorms in through Framingham, Wayland, Weston, that area? Is there any chance of that tonight?
Yeah, I would say that the main threat for those locations would be heavy rain, some gusty winds, perhaps to 40 miles per hour or so, and even small hail. The overall trend as they approach Metro West and even Boston should be for weakening. It's now sunset, and the air, as I said before, is more stable. But that doesn't mean the storm still can't pulse up one or two more times. So if you live in those areas, you still need to be paying attention for the next couple of hours as well.
Joe Del Carpini of the National Weather Service. Thanks, Joe. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Jack. Have a good evening.
Yeah, he's got a lot of information for us. So as you can see, very interesting, as Todd had pointed out before, the second storm, which was in essence the offspring of the initial storm, which is more to the right of your screen, is they're considering even a possibility, watching for the possibility of a tornado there, where Todd is circling that because there has been some rotation in the atmosphere. Boy, oh boy, that's pretty unusual there. What are you finding out now from what your information you're getting into our weather office, Todd?
Yeah, Jack, Joe, it was a great interview right there. Joe gave us a lot of great points and a lot of things to think about here, particularly with that second cell. As you mentioned, the offspring of the original storm that had the tornado or possible tornado with it. So let's look at both of these cells because they both are still very, very powerful. First off, the parent storm, if you will, is this one here. I'll circle it for you. Here you go, right here, sitting right over, looks like Bolton to perhaps Maynard, maybe even getting closer and closer to Sudbury, Stowe, Hudson, that area, southern parts of Acton. Here's Route 2 right here. You can see that clearly. This is all Metro West. This storm had a history of damaging wind and some hail, and was at one point showing signs of circulation within the storm capable of producing a tornado. The National Weather Service, and I want to reiterate this, this is what Joe was talking about, they have dropped the tornado warning for east central Worcester County that was in place until 8:30 this evening. But they have dropped this until... Okay, we would drop this tornado warning that was in place until 8:30 this evening. So we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. We have Metro West, and we have 1 up in northern Worcester County, Jack.
Yeah, I was interested about, too, that they're keeping an eye on that offspring, as we called it, that second cell that's now over Leominster, because they had seen some circulation in the atmosphere with that one.
They are seeing, and he clearly stated that, Jack. Second cell that's back here near Leominster right now pretty much took the path at the last one. It's showing signs of circulation, and you know you can almost make it out right down in here. This little bit of a hook, if you will. It has a little bit of circulation down in here, I would assume, and there's frequent lightning. You can see the flashes up here, up near Fitchburg. The lightning is a little bit delayed here, but we're also getting, I'm sure, some hail and some gusty winds, Jack.
All right, well, Todd Guttner is going to keep watching all of this for all of you. We're ready to break in at a moment's notice. Do me a favor before we go away. If you could widen out so we get some sort of an idea what people can expect this evening, including that batch coming down from New Hampshire. You can see it's very active, and this is a huge line of thunderstorms, lightning, very heavy rain, and some winds. The National Weather Service is telling us we can expect 40-mile-per-hour winds in many communities, including some of those in Metro West. So what we're going to do, we're going to be monitoring this very carefully. If we see anything very serious happening, we'll interrupt programming to come back to you. We have a newscast coming up on TV 38 at 9 o'clock. We're going to be bringing in all the people we can to bring you information there. And at 11 o'clock tonight, we will try to be able to assess some of the damage and bring you some sort of an idea. So stay tuned. We're watching this storm, and if something big happens, we'll let you know immediately.
We now join our scheduled program in progress.
Bed.
Correct.
So your sheets become a giant pair of underpants.
What do you care what we do?
Just stay